yet another time on Neta News TV, and I welcome you to the program. My name is David Opiemi. On the program today, we'll be giving you the live interview with the Managing Director of Double One PLC, formerly known as Mobil Oil Nigeria, Mr. Tunji Oyebanji. So now, let's hop into it.
It's a pleasure to be on your program. The relationship is very simple. The heritage company was called Mobil Oil Nigeria PLC. That company was owned 60% by ExxonMobil Corporation of the USA. Sometime in 2017, the company made a decision to divest its shares. And at that time, another company, NIPCO Investments Limited, bought the 60% shares of ExxonMobil in Mobil Oil Nigeria PLC. With that purchase of 60% of the shares, the name of the company had to change and therefore changed to Double One PLC. So that is the relationship. Now, as part of that transaction, one of the things that came out of it was that the company remains the main distributor, the main and only distributor of mobile products in Nigeria. And so to that extent, Double One PLC is the main distributor of ExxonMobil lubricants in Nigeria. Relationship is expected to go on as long as it is viable for both parties. I do not see any chance in the near future for any change. So Nigerian consumers will continue to benefit from mobile brands, mobile products in Nigeria. We distribute our products, yes, through our mobile retail outlets. We also distribute them through NIPCO retail outlets across Nigeria. In addition, we have some major wholesale distributors who also are authorized to distribute our products. So these are the main channels we use. The thing about the petrol stations is that, of course, they are very visible. People see them around, but there are some other major distributors that we have that are scattered all around the country, and they make sure that our products reach every nook and corner of the country. Our products are, of course, of international standard. Of course, you know, the Mobil brand of lubricants is known all over the world. The latest technology, lubricant technology, goes into the production. We use the best quality additives, the best quality base oils to ensure that our customers are getting the best of what is available in the lubricant technology. And that has been affirmed many times by the many awards that we have won, not only in Nigeria, but all over the world. Double One PLC operates over a network of over 250 retail outlets across the length and breadth of the country. Again, like the lubricants, we trade under the Mobil brand, and it's on a similar arrangement to what we have with the lubricants. So yes, you can find us in many parts of the country, and we're operating with over 250 retail outlets. Unfortunately, the issue of adulteration is something that affects the entire industry, not just ourselves. But more painful is the fact that not only is it something that potentially can dent the image of the various companies that operate in the industry, the more painful part is that the consumers who buy such adulterated products end up with damage to their equipment, to their engines, which is very painful. It's a major problem confronting the industry. And I think the main source of the problem is the issue of regulation. First and foremost, a lot of subprime, low-quality lubricants are allowed to enter the market from different parts of the world. It almost looks as if it is not controlled, so you can go to various places and see a lot of very strange engine oils. Then also you will find by the roadside a lot of people selling what they claim is engine oil, but in real fact is merely just base oils. All these things are not auguring well, and the cost must run into billions if you take into account losses companies that operate in the industry are made to suffer, the losses that people who are losing their equipment every day. Unfortunately, lubricants do not cause an engine failure immediately. As a result, people sell these things, and when people buy them, they don't immediately realize that they have low quality, but then you have an engine that should have a normal engine life of maybe 10 years, but suddenly after 3 years it packs off due to consistent use of adulterated and low quality lubricants. So it's a major problem confronting the industry. We are working closely with other players in the industry and the various regulatory bodies to ensure that this is something that is stamped out, primarily to protect the consumers, so that at the end of the day they are only getting quality products. I think you've already hit on one of them when you talked about proliferation of adulterated products. That's one of the main issues. Another issue we have to contend with is the fact that we have to have a very long or deep inventory of raw materials, simply because the lead time between when you order products, raw materials, and when you receive them in Nigeria is very long. There's huge congestion at the ports. It takes quite a long time to be able to clear your raw materials from the port. Is something that we have to deal with. We would actually have preferred a situation where more of the raw materials that we use in the manufacture of lubricants was actually available in Nigeria. But unfortunately that is not the case. Base oil, which is one of the main items that goes into lubricants, is unfortunately not available. The Kaduna refinery used to make that available to us many years ago, but that is no longer possible. So that is one of the things that we have to deal with. I think the other thing we would have liked to have help on is for the regulatory agencies to be empowered to do more to ensure that only quality lubricants are being produced, are available in the country. So these are some of the challenges that we have to deal with, but as you know, they say when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So we have no choice but to brace up and to confront these problems head on. Sometimes we also have challenges, with the assessment of some of the raw materials that we use. So we're constantly having to explain to the customs that an item is a raw material. So we deal with all these problems on a regular basis. But so far so good. We're keeping our heads above water and we're confronting these problems head on. Like I said, a lot of our lubricants are distributed by distributors. So to a large extent, they handle most of those transportation issues, but the congestion at Apapa has, in the last 2 to 3 years, been a major problem. Sometimes getting trucks that will bring in raw materials by way of packaging, cartons, and so on and so forth, sometimes it's very difficult. My advice to our consumers would be that continue to make it mobile, because you will be always assured of having the best products, the best quality. Product integrity is one of our key watchwords, and definitely that we can assure them will continue to be our major focus. So as we always like to say, it pays to make it mobile. Well, what I would say is that they should keep on doing what they are doing, organizing people, the auto technicians, training them and making them, improving their quality, improving their knowledge all the time so that they are able to serve their customers better. So as you people I like to say, I would say NATA progress.
A beautiful right there from Mr. Tunji Oyebanji, that is the Managing Director of Double One PLC. I'm very sure that you've been educated and you've been informed with the new developments, in the company. Well, my name is David Okwemi, and remember to join us on our platform www.natanewsonline.com.ng. Go to Play Store to download our app with the keyword Nata News, and of course, register on the forum, and everything promises to be fine. Bye for now.